Hey David, how tall are you in your home reality?
5'4", as short as the devil's forehead measured from sea level. Why do you ask?
I'm just thinking, how tall will we be in your home realm?
You'll be about an inch tall, more or less. You'll be a tabletop miniature.
Does the Watchmaster know that? He might not be happy with being a lot smaller than you.
No! And I don't intend on telling him at any point while we're in this false reality.
You know, I still don't like that you are calling my reality fake or things like that, but I kind of understand it, at least from your perspective.
Yeah, to me this is all fake. Stories on a page, falsehoods in the dream. The heart lies, but the voice of heaven speaks truth. But that's another subject entirely. You know what I've been really craving lately?
I don't know about you, but I've been really wanting a Boston cream pie donut.
Same! Exactly! Man, it's almost like you're a figment of my imagination and simply want what I say you want.
I need you to not make me question my very existence, especially since I'm destined to become a piece of plastic in a static position. Oh, what model are you using to represent me?
I actually can't remember. I think it's a Campbell from the Kill Team boxes, maybe?
And Whatya is obviously a Watchmaster. We've seen his model. Do you have a Trazen model?
Oh god, no. Though I did consider getting one when I was trying out the Necrons. I just didn't like the army enough to warrant getting anything more, really.
I'm certain Trazen will be happy about that. While he doesn't hate you, he also doesn't like being stuck in one spot.
Yeah, and understandable. I wonder if some of my other models will come to life. Actually, that might be something to worry about. I have a lot of Knights and Custodians, and I've got some Gene Stealers now, too.
Whatya isn't gonna like that last one.
Yeah, I got rid of my Tau, though. I didn't care for them either.
We've been talking idly for a while now. Are you stalling for some reason?
Yeah, I'm writing this while trying to reinstall Space Marine 2 because I want to see if I can fix it to actually start, while also having no idea what to talk about here.
Movie night?
You know what? Yeah. Recently, Bruce Campbell admitted that he had a form of cancer that is treatable, but he also said it's not curable, which means it's very likely to kill him, but if it does, he'll go down fighting. I first saw him in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, but what I'm talking about now is my favorite film in the Evil Dead series. I know people say the Evil Dead remakes was good, but it's not the same to me. It's too horror and not enough comedy, even though the original film was only accidentally a comedy horror. These films hold a special place in my heart, minus one scene in 2 of the 3 that makes me really uncomfortable. I still look at trees with discomfort. Yeah. But you know what the original Evil Dead movie was supposed to be? I've seen some reports that the original one was a college finals project for Raimi, and everyone involved with the film and production was part of their friend group. I don't know how that's possible, and when I look into it now, I find a different story, but The Evil Dead got a much wider release than it was originally supposed to get. They probably just made VHS tapes and sold them in magazines with cheap advertisement or something similar. The year was 1981. I don't know. You know what? Actually, let's look this up. Looks like they bought a showing at Detroit's Redford Theater. People saw it, laughed at it, talked about it, which led to more tickets selling for it. And that led to more money, leading to a bigger distribution. Huh, neat. And people laughed at this film. They thought it was corny and bad. So bad it was great. And you know what a lot of new filmmakers do when their films get laughed at? They tend to vanish. Look at Tommy Wiseau, for example. He vanished from the books between 2003 and 2015. Although apparently he did do a documentary in 2004. Weird subject material, but that's not the subject here. Sam Raimi and his friends didn't go into hiding. Instead, they looked at the people laughing and said, "Hey, they think it's funny. Why don't we use that and make the sequel that embraces that?" Bruce has some comedic personality for it. And so they made The Evil Dead 2, which embraced the comedy and doubled down on it, but unfortunately decided to keep the tree in it. Ugh. Look, if you know, you know, and I'm sorry. The second film did great, and the crew, now at the top of the D-tier actors, were starting to make some actual money and make actual names for themselves. Let's look at Bruce Campbell. Between 2 in 1987 and the magnificently fun Army of Darkness in 1992, Groovy Bruce did Maniac Cop, Darkman, Maniac Cop 2, Intruder, Moontrap, and arguably Mind Warp, because that came out the same year. Before and after those films, though, they got a lot of jobs. A lot of his roles have been more of cameo things. I don't see the Adventures of Lois and Clark in this list, though, but I know he was in an episode of that. It looks like his first film was in 1978 with a short horror called Within the Woods, directed by Sam Raimi. Neat. Apparently, that was an investor prospect thing, but that's another subject as well. Army of Darkness is, in my mind, the end of the Evil Dead franchise. I know they did a remake in 2013, I want to say, and then did a reboot in 2023, and another came out last year, I think. The franchise is continuing now, but I don't like this film franchise taking itself too seriously. HBO did a TV series that was actually fantastic because it didn't take itself too seriously. Ash Versus is what it's called, but they canceled that, unfortunately, on a cliffhanger. The Evil Dead, in my mind, is a passion project by some friends trying to make a break into an industry, and I want the series to be remembered as that. I love fun films made by friends. Horrors are cheap and often the best way to go about it. You know what? I've got a question for you, the viewer. Right now, if you've made it this far, that is. What's your favorite bad film? Not something that critics hate that you think is good. No. I want a movie that is poor budget, poor production, and literally just made because a group of people like making movies. For me, it's gotta be Goblin, a little home movie style film that you're not going to find anywhere, but was filmed in 1993 on VHS home movie cameras. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, to be fair. Todd Sheet is kind of a sheet filmmaker that I can't help but love. Now, I've got some gene sealers to make, so shove off.